Aging brings wisdom, experience, and often a deeper understanding of life. But as people grow older, they hear advice that might seem strange, such as the saying that, in old age, one should not go visiting around. At first, this might sound harsh. After all, social interaction is important for mental health and happiness. So why do some cultures, traditions, and even modern societies caution seniors against frequent visits? This isn't about restricting freedom. Instead, it's about understanding the hidden challenges, health concerns, social expectations, and personal well-being that come into play as one ages. In this script, we'll uncover the real reasons behind this belief and whether it holds any truth in today's world. Changing social dynamics as people age. In youth, people are expected to be social, visiting friends, attending gatherings, and engaging in frequent outings. But in old age, social norms shift. Not because people don't value seniors, but because relationships, energy levels, and priorities change. 1. The shift in generational responsibilities. Younger generations, especially those with families and careers, become busier with responsibilities. Their time for social visits is often limited to major events and planned gatherings. Unannounced visits can sometimes be perceived as interruptions rather than welcomed reunions. 2. The risk of feeling like a burden. Many seniors hesitate to visit frequently because they fear being seen as an obligation rather than a guest. The modern world is fast-paced, and even family members can struggle to balance time between work, children, and personal lives. This can lead to awkwardness and discomfort, making frequent visits emotionally draining rather than enjoyable. Health concerns that make frequent visits challenging. As people grow older, their physical health changes, making frequent visits exhausting or even risky. Declining energy levels and fatigue. Traveling, even for short distances, can become tiring due to reduced stamina. Long conversations and social interactions, once enjoyable, can feel mentally exhausting. Seniors often need more rest, routine, and comfortable surroundings, which frequent visits can disrupt. 4. Increased risk of infections. Weakened immune systems make seniors more vulnerable to illnesses. Visiting multiple places, meeting different people, and exposure to crowded areas can increase the risk of catching viruses or infections. In the post-pandemic world, many seniors remain cautious about unnecessary exposure. 5. Dietary and health restrictions. Seniors often have strict dietary needs, medication schedules, and health routines that can be disrupted by frequent social visits. Eating at different places might not align with their health needs, leading to discomfort or complications. Social expectations and cultural norms. Different cultures and societies hold varied perspectives on social visits in old age. 6. The cultural perspective on visiting too often. In many traditional societies, seniors are expected to remain home and take on a more reserved role in the family. Visiting too frequently may be seen as a sign of loneliness or a lack of personal fulfillment. In contrast, Western cultures often encourage seniors to stay socially active, but even there, frequent visits are usually planned rather than spontaneous. 7. The risk of overstaying. One's welcome relationships evolve, and while visits are always appreciated, frequent and prolonged visits can sometimes become inconvenient for the host. Younger family members may feel pressured to entertain, cook, or adjust their schedules. Even among friends, lifestyles differ, and too many visits might lead to social exhaustion or unspoken discomfort. The psychological impact of social visits in old age. Frequent social visits don't always lead to joyful experiences. In some cases, they can increase feelings of loneliness, rejection, or disappointment. 8. Expectation versus reality. Seniors who visit often might expect warmth and engagement, but if the host is preoccupied, distracted, or tired, it can lead to disappointment. Repeated experiences of feeling less valued or less engaged can lead to emotional withdrawal. 9. Comparing the past and present. Seniors often recall times when families were more connected, gatherings were frequent, and visits were spontaneous. Modern life doesn't always allow for this, leading to frustration, nostalgia, and even resentment. How seniors can maintain social connections without frequent visits. If frequent visits aren't always ideal, what's the best way for seniors to stay socially engaged without feeling like an inconvenience? 10. Planned and meaningful gatherings. Instead of frequent visits, seniors can plan occasional but meaningful meetups. Scheduling ahead ensures the host is prepared and fully present, making interactions more enjoyable. 11th. Alternative ways to stay connected. Video calls, voice messages, and group chats allow seniors to stay in touch without physical visits. Community groups and social events can replace constant home visits while still maintaining a sense of belonging. Aging doesn't mean cutting off social interactions, but it does mean adapting to changing circumstances. While frequent visits may not always be practical, there are still many ways seniors can stay connected, strengthen family bonds, and maintain a fulfilling social life without overstepping boundaries. Let's explore how seniors can create meaningful connections, avoid loneliness, and navigate relationships in a way that brings joy instead of stress. The importance of balanced social interaction in old age. While excessive visits can sometimes be overwhelming, isolation is equally dangerous. Research has shown that seniors who feel socially disconnected are at a higher risk of depression, cognitive decline, and physical health problems. So how do you strike the right balance? Understanding quality versus quantity in social visits. Frequent visits don't always mean stronger relationships. What matters is the quality of time spent together, not just how often visits happen. Meaningful interactions strengthen bonds more than routine visits that feel like an obligation. Avoiding the pitfall of loneliness. Studies show that loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Seniors need a sense of belonging, but that doesn't mean they should force connections where they aren't welcome. Instead of relying on family for all social needs, seniors should broaden their social circles. Ways to stay connected without over-visiting. There are countless ways seniors can maintain meaningful relationships while respecting boundaries. One for us, schedule visits instead of spontaneous drop-ins. Planned visits ensure that everyone is prepared and fully present. It reduces the feeling of being an inconvenience or catching someone at the wrong time. This makes interactions more enjoyable and fulfilling for both parties. How to do it. Ask about availability and schedule visits in advance. Keep the visits short and meaningful rather than long and exhausting. Rotate visits between different friends and family members so no one feels overwhelmed. 2. Strengthen family bonds. Without physical presence, instead of relying only on visits, use modern technology to stay connected. Family members may be busy, but a quick video call or voice message can maintain closeness without disrupting daily routines. How to do it. Set a weekly call schedule with children, grandchildren, or close friends. Send voice messages or short video updates to stay engaged without demanding long conversations. Create family chat groups where everyone can share updates, photos, and moments. 3. Build a social circle beyond family. Relying only on family for social interaction can sometimes lead to disappointment or frustration. Seniors should create their own community of friends, peers, and like-minded individuals to ensure a balanced social life. How to do it. Join community groups, senior clubs, or religious organizations. Attend events, book clubs, or hobby-based meetups. Consider volunteering, which keeps the mind engaged and strengthens social connections. 4. Host gatherings instead of visiting too often. Instead of going from house to house, invite people over occasionally. Hosting creates an environment where seniors feel in control while also enjoying social connections. How to do it. Organize a weekly or monthly tea gathering with friends. Host a small family dinner instead of visiting relatives separately. Plan game nights, storytelling sessions, or cultural events at home. 5. Travel smart. Instead of frequent house visits, visiting homes frequently can sometimes be exhausting, but occasional travel or vacations can bring joy, excitement, and social fulfillment. Seniors who love traveling should explore new places, visit friends in different cities, or take relaxing group trips. How to do it. Plan yearly family reunions in a neutral location. Join travel groups for seniors to explore new places. Take short weekend trips with close friends instead of multiple house visits. How to strengthen family relationships. Without over-visiting, family bonds are precious, but they require mutual respect and balance. Here's how seniors can maintain strong relationships without feeling like a burden. 1. Respect the busy lives of younger generations. Instead of feeling ignored, understand that younger family members often juggle careers, children, and responsibilities. Adjusting expectations makes relationships less stressful and more enjoyable. Avoid unannounced visits. A simple call before visiting shows consideration. Appreciate small moments, even if family members can't meet often. Cherish the time they do give. 2. Share wisdom. Without being overbearing, elders are a source of wisdom, but too much advice can sometimes feel controlling to younger family members. Instead of forcing traditional views, engage in open discussions where both sides feel heard. Instead of lecturing, share life experiences as stories. Ask questions instead of imposing opinions. Offer advice only when asked. This makes people more likely to listen. 3. Encourage family traditions to stay connected. Establishing small traditions ensures that family members stay connected without the pressure of frequent visits. Start weekly video calls for family updates. Plan monthly family dinners or reunions. Celebrate special occasions together, even if remotely. Avoiding the emotional trap of feeling unwanted. Sometimes seniors interpret a lack of visits as rejection, which can lead to feelings of loneliness, self-doubt, or even resentment. Here's how to avoid falling into that emotional trap. Don't take limited visits. Personally, people are busy. It doesn't mean they don't care. Instead of feeling rejected, focus on making the most of the time you do spend together. Find happiness in your own routine. Happiness shouldn't depend solely on family visits. A well-balanced life includes hobbies, personal growth, and a sense of purpose. Communicate your needs clearly. If you feel lonely, express it in a positive way rather than complaining. Example: instead of saying, "You never visit me anymore," say, "I miss our time together. Let's plan a call or a lunch soon." Final thoughts. Finding the right balance in old age. Aging doesn't mean cutting off relationships. It means finding new ways to maintain connections that are fulfilling and stress-free. The idea that seniors shouldn't visit around too much isn't about isolation. It's about understanding when and how social interactions are best enjoyed. Social connections are essential, but they should be meaningful, not forced. Overvisiting can create strain, so it's important to respect boundaries while maintaining closeness. Quality time matters more than frequent visits. Planned gatherings, technology, and independent social circles can make a big difference. Aging should be a time of joy, reflection, and balance, not loneliness or frustration. With the right approach, seniors can maintain strong, healthy relationships while respecting both their own needs and the needs of others.